You can talk here now. You can talk on my stuff.
Good evening, Mr. Paul. Good evening, Catherine.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So we're ready to go.
I'm ready if you guys are ready.
All right. Catherine, over to you.
Good evening, Mr. Paul. Good evening, everybody. How are you doing today? Hope you had a great day.
Very, very well. We thank God. It was a good day.
All right, perfect. So we are very glad to have you here. It's amazing to finally see you here. Though we see you a lot on Instagram, but yes, you know what I mean. To see you here one on one is a
Yeah.
beautiful opportunity. So, and we are pumped, to learn from you, to learn from one of the best. So today we are going to be delving into a very serious topic that's giving a lot of persons nightmare, and yes, because it's not easy to meet high net worth clients, right? So it's a very serious conversation. So we want to know, I'm sure a lot of persons, I've had my experience,
Sorry,
right?
1 second. Let me turn on the air conditioning where I am
All right, great.
so I'm
All
not
right.
hot. 1 second.
Welcome back.
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay.
The
So
thing
I
about
said,
StreamYard is that I can't see the number of people that are here.
yeah, me
Unlike
too. I
Zoom that
can't
I
see
like. I'm not a big
exactly.
fan of StreamYard, but hey, whatever. Yeah. Since you,
We're
since
getting
you
used
guys
to
want it.
new things. We're getting used to new things over and over. So we'll just make do with
Yeah.
this platform.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are live on YouTube. Hi, YouTube family. How's everybody doing? Hope you all had a great day and you're pumped to learn from one of the best. As excited as I am, I hope so. So I was telling Mr. Paul that this is one topic that has given a lot of us nightmares, especially in the event industry, right? So you get to
Yeah.
meet with, Catherine, somebody has a wedding, they want you to plan, and then you just hurry there and have the meeting and discuss and all of that. But sometimes you might get there and be like, oh my God, I never knew this was a client, or I never knew this client was so big, or you start fumbling, right? What are those things? That's what we are here to talk about. I've had my own personal experiences. What are those things that we need to do? We need to put in mind, right, before we meet this kind of client. So I'll share a very brief experience with you. So sometime in 2018, a friend of mine who manages an event center gave me a call and said, Catherine, I need you to be in Banana Island in the next 20 minutes. And I'm like, Banana Island? She said, yes, I don't know the client. They just passed by my venue. They like my setup and they want you in Banana Island right now. So I already knew that before I go for any meeting, for you to say Banana Island, of course, that's like, one of the choice areas in Lagos. So if
It
I'm going
is
to
the
meet a
choice
client,
area. It is the choice area. Not one of the. It is.
Mr. Fo, are you serving people in Lekki and Aja axis? Are you saying that they are not really in the choice areas? But okay, don't mind me. So I said, okay, there's no information about this client. She just said they passed by, gave her security a contact. She got to pick and see that, okay, these people came in really luxury cars and then they need an event planner ASAP. And the event was in less than 10 days. So now I have no name. I don't know how to research this client because I have no information whatsoever. All I know is that this client must be big for me to go to Banana Island. I don't even know what event the client wants to do. So I have no idea. But I just get up and I find myself in Banana Island. And the next thing, we are having this meeting in the car, just parked along the road on Banana Island. And yes, confidence was nice, so the meeting went well. But imagine that I'm not as confident as I am, right? Because a lot of people struggle with this. We want to learn from you. So this is just one of the issues I faced, and I know a lot of people have their own experiences. So now we are here to learn from you, and the floor will be given to you in three, two, one. You can go. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for having me here. I am extremely honored and privileged to be here. Every opportunity to teach the subject of selling, I take it seriously because I have this belief and it serves me that my dharma on the earth, or one of my purpose on this earth, is to teach this subject matter of selling. I also believe that if you can sell, if you can learn and master, sequence the skill of selling, that you will never be broke another day of your life. I chose the words deliberately. If you can master, I didn't say if you were born with it, because anybody can master it. If you decide to master it, that you will never be broke another day of your life. Whether the person is a high-paying client or a not so high-paying client, a client is a client because that client is a human being. And over the years, technology have changed and the way through which we went to act have not changed. Humans still buy to show off. It's the same thing. It has not changed. Humans still do things to impress other people. The same. So, but because within the context of this conversation, you see, what are the things that you should do before you meet a high-paying client? So here are certain protocols and steps that I think you should consider and start doing before you meet a high-paying client. And Kathrine, I'm trusting God that all of them will not have your emergency situation like this. Because thank God where you were living wasn't far from Banana. If you were living in Makoko and they say you must be in Banana in 20 minutes, you would have lost that deal big time. You know, we'll talk about that later as we go along. So I think the first things first is, number one, when you are with a high-paying client, you shouldn't go to see high-paying clients with the questions, with trying to impress them. What you should arm yourself with is the questions to ask and not what to say. The truth is that sales is not really about talking. Chaw, chaw, chaw. A good salesperson is not a talkative. It's very funny. People think that sales is talk, talk. You will ask yourself into more sales than talk yourself into more sales. You will ask your way into bigger sales. In fact, you will talk yourself out of sales. Yeah. So you need to realize, for the high-paying clients, number one, you are the solution. They are the problem. Kathrine, when they call you, if they could do their event by themselves, they won't call you. You are the prize. So that means that the way that you perceive yourself as an event architect must be different. Because some of you go there, your body language is just saying that, hey, I don't hammer, shut up. They need you. If they could solve their problem, they will call you.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first things first is to gather questions to ask.
Yeah.
And not statements to make. So you must have your own traditional questions that you ask clients. And when you ask those questions, you shut up and allow them talk. Because the person who is asking the question is the person who is in charge of the conversation.
Nice.
The talkative is not the owner of the conversation. The questionnaire is the power, is the power base. When you go for a job interview, the interviewer asks you questions because he owns the job. He's the prize. You are asking that question because you have to even decide whether you can work with this client or not. You know, that's a crazy man, a crazy woman. So you go there with questions to ask. And I can tell you for free that many people who are in this industry, they're not methodical in terms of questions to ask. They just know how to talk about what they can do. Listen, clients don't care about you. Bad news, but the truth. They don't. The only thing they care about is, can you deliver? That's the only thing they care about. I hope you will not disgrace me. That's what is in their head. You know, their event is part of their ego, is their pride. They want to use the event to show off to their friends that they are organized. You are part of the show off. That's what they want to know. Will you help me show off my wealth? That's what they want to know. So you need to go there by asking questions like, what is important to you in an event? Questions like, oh, thank you for having me, man. I'm very excited to be here. But may I ask you a few questions so I can really serve you? The guy says yes. Can you tell me about the last event you did in your family that was really, really fantastic? What was it about that event that you liked? Oh, I like the organization. I like the timeliness. Out the food. Nobody complained. What you are doing is that I'm teaching you I'm teaching you the principles of logic. You must start from the premise, what is known. You're starting from what is known. You know, the event planners came on time, no story. What they're telling you the things that they value before they buy a decision. Now that's their premise. Then you're not gonna, oh, fantastic. I mean, you have to now repeat what they say. So if I hear you correctly, ma, timeliness is very important to you. A great meal is very important to you, and ensuring that everybody's served. In fact, you don't even want to be involved in anything. You just want to gist with your friends and knowing that everything is okay. Am I right about that? Oh, exactly. That is all I'm looking for. Hey, well, they have said it all. Then you have gotten their buying values. You are not looking for, now that you have said that, you have to give them an evidence that you can do it. You're not gonna, oh, I mean, if that is what you want, good enough. That is what we are wired for. You give them, one of the ways to give them an evidence is an event that you just finished doing. I mean, I recall doing this event for this high net worth individual in Chevron Drive, you know. And in fact, in my phone here is a testimonial that the woman gave. I recorded her video testimonial. That is immediately after the event. Oh, Kathrine came and did the event. I just rested. I realized what you are validating. That is how to sell. I'm saying buy. I don't know if I'm making sense. And I need to see these people. So I need and I can't shout say whether they feel up. And I don't know if they watch myself. I just they talk. 3 yard. So that is how you go with questions to ask and not statements to make. That is number one. Number two, as you are going to see a high net worth individual, it is a status game. We live in a world of signals and status. As you go and see this client, they are gauging you left from waiting you wear to waiting you drive. Am I talking to somebody? So you want to ensure that even if you don't have all the money in the world yet, you want to be well put together. There's a way you can go and buy things under the bridge or buy things in Yaba, even if you're not there yet. You will look sparkling. There's a way you can even wear China, things made in China. You will look amazing. It's how you put yourself together. because they are watching every single move that you make when you're there. They are rich people. They know what is quality. All right. So ensure that everything that they see about you, your complimentary card, the way you smell, your nails, everything must be on point, because the event business is a luxury business. Because they want to show you off to their friends. And so, yeah, meet Kathrine. She was the one that puts together the event. If you do a great job, they'll be taking you from table to table. You know that they do that a lot. If you make them happy, they will take you to a couple of tables. So you want to look the part from the start. Why is that important? People buy you first before they buy what you have to sell. Now, you don't hear me though. I'm going to say that again. I don't think you heard me tonight. People buy you first before they buy what you have to sell. And your business happens to be a luxury business. All right. So you want to ensure that everything that the customer sees is speaking of value, and value. So that's number 2. Number 3, you need to anticipate that the big clients will call you. What do I mean by that? Many of you that are watching me right now, I don't think you rehearse your lines before the client calls you. Let me go a bit deep on you now. So, Kathrine, I do a lot of work for banks, oil and gas companies, fintechs. We do presentations and proposals. Now, here's the thing that happens. Every time we have a proposal or a presentation, you know what we do? We practice the presentation in the office before we go to the client's office. So here's what we do. So I say to my staff that as we're going for this meeting, right, to meet this high net worth individual, here are the top 5 questions that they may ask us. So I want you to ask me those questions and let us practice it. So one of the questions that they may say is that it's too expensive. How do you undo that? How do you answer that? Let me think about it. How do you answer? So you want to come up with, it's called scenario playing. What are the questions that they may ask us as we are going there? So you are preempting, like an actor, they will rehearse their role before they go and act the movie. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yes.
So you want to practice that, but how do you practice that? You must write down all the objections that clients usually say why they may not use you. An objection is not a bad thing. A sales objection is just a misunderstanding of your value. Because if they understand, it will not be an objection. An objection means that I am not clear about this. If you clarify it, I will go ahead with the purchase. You get that? So in your business, what are the common objections? Tell them to write in the comment section. What are the common objections?
Yeah.
Put it in the comment section. Okay.
Are you seeing it? Yeah. The comments are here.
I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
Yes, scenario plane. Okay,
Yes.
I can see them now. What are the common objections in your business? What are those common objections that you always face in your business? All right, so you want to write down all those common objections and begin to answer those objections before they arise. Why is that important? So that when you're physically in front of the client, your brain will just tell you that we have already answered this question before. We already know it. Remember, because your brain cannot tell the difference between an imagined experience or a real experience. This is the reason why if somebody offends you last week, the more you think about it, the angrier you get, as if the thing is just already happening, as that ever happened to anybody before. Your brain can't tell the difference. So good. So
yes.
What you should do is that when you practice scenario planning like this, Your body encodes it. It's called a muscle memory. Your body has a memory of its own. This is the reason why if you have a phobia for dogs, every time you see a dog, it triggers the first fear you had about dogs. Why? Because the experience is locked up in your body. The body never forgets. If, as a man or a woman, something bad happened to you and there was a particular song playing when that thing bad happened, every time you hear that song, it triggers the memory. Does that make sense to anybody? All right. So the same thing when you practice what you're about to say to the client, right? As you stand in front of the client, it triggers that memory that, hey, we have done this before. We can handle all of these sales objections. Did you get that? So write down all the sales of it's too expensive. Let me think about it. Let me discuss it with my mother. Let me discuss it with my father. So, but let me help you handle one or two of those objections before we go along. When a client says to you, let me think about it, you can play this scenario with me. When the client says, let me think about it, or the budget or the price is too high, you can say to the client, let me think about it. Say to the client, say, sir or ma. I mean, if you were not interested, you won't tell me that you're going to think about it. But may I ask you a few questions? It says, yes, go ahead. I mean, we've been talking now for the last, 10 minutes in your office. Say yes. What exactly would you want to think about? Is it the price? Is it the integrity of my company? Is it whether I can deliver? Or do you have another vendor in mind that you're comparing me to? Which one is it for you? Because when the client says, let me think about it, remember, the client is not your boyfriend. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your father. They will not go home and be thinking about you. That's one. Number two, they will not go home and think about everything. There must be an area of the discussion that they are going to be thinking about. So you're helping them isolate the objection. So when you do it like this, is it the price? Is it the integrity of my company? Is it what I will deliver? Which one is it for you? You are forcing their brain to pick one of the options. Are you seeing what I'm saying here? So the client now says, I'm not doubting you because my friend told me about you. I know that you can deliver. I mean, my friend said you can deliver. But the problem is the price. your price is higher than what I budgeted. So when the client now says is the price, then you can start to discuss with the client. So if price, because if you didn't say that, you won't hear from them again. If price is the issue, then let's work something together. These and these are the things that you said you wanted. Which of them can you reduce? Which of them can you eliminate entirely? Are you seeing that? We are coming to a compromise now. Am I talking to somebody? That is how you undo an objection. Did you get that? You get that? The other one is when they say to you, let me discuss it with the groom or with the bride. Or let me discuss it with my boyfriend, my fiance, my wife. Let me discuss it with them. Now, when they say that question in the event business, is you that is your fault, or my manager. When you go in for a meeting, Kathrine, tell all your people when the client calls you for a meeting, in the course of the meeting, suggest this to them, say this to them before you leave, and say, sir, thank you for having us in this meeting. After to some point, you say to the client that apart from you, sir, is there any other authority figure that should be in this meeting? That question is an intelligent question. Do you know why? Kathrine, you don't want a situation whereby you have spoken for 40 minutes. Then the man will not tell you, okay, well done, no. Man, go discuss with them first. No, you wasted your time. You wasted your time. Because if the key stakeholders are not in that meeting, they will not come to a decision in that meeting. That's one. Two. Or you can also say to them that, okay, if they say, let me discuss with the bride, you can ask them that, okay, I fully understand that if you want to discuss with the bride, but may I ask you a question? Say yes. If the groom gives our company a go ahead, will you go ahead with this transaction? They say yes. Good. So the only problem now is the groom. Is it not so? Listen now, and they hear me, so it's the groom. Is it not so? Then you can then say to them that, can I be in the meeting? Can I be in the meeting where you want to discuss this with the groom?
Yes, so can hear you.
Can I be in the meeting where you want to discuss this with the groom or with your husband or with your boyfriend? Can we book a Zoom meeting where all of us can discuss? Do you know why? If they go and discuss your matter alone without you being there, they will add salt to the matter. They will add sasa to your gari. They will explain things that you did not explain. And the other person will just say without context, we don't do it, we don't do that guy today, without any explanation. Are you understanding me? Are you understanding me? That they feel
Yes.
And you understand me?
Yes.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Aha. Yeah. So this then the other way. How many steps have I said now? Let me hear whether they are following me. Ask them.
How many steps? In the comment section. How many? Me, I have my steps here.
It's not that I can't drop. It's not that I can't drop a comment.
You can.
The way it's in the structure, I don't know. I can't drop a comment though.
Private chat. Okay,
I cannot drop comment. Only
you can
the
drop
private
a comment
chat.
in private chat, or you can do that on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, so they say yes, sir. So we have the points here, right? You ask questions and you do not make statements, right? You ask questions, you don't talk and talk and talk. Ask intelligent questions. That's the first point.
Good.
Second point is that you ensure that you are well put together and you are what you are asking for, what you are demanding.
That's right.
You need to ensure, right? You need to anticipate them and don't play small because they can sense you, they can size you, they can gauge you, everything, right?
Good.
So these are the things that we have, and then what to do with objections.
Good.
How to clarify these objections. So this is where we are right now. For those that are not following, please follow right now.
Good. Man, these nuggets are fire. Someone said, I hope you guys know that in the conference, we're going to go deeper in these things.
Exactly.
I hope you guys know that. So I hope you are signing up to the conference. I want to encourage you to sign up to the conference. If you sign up to the conference, I'm going to give each and every one of you a free copy of my book. I've not told them, Kathrine, that I will
be there.
I will give you a email address now where you can put your email there and you'll get a free copy of my book because you signed up for the conference. All right. Now, let's look at your pricing strategy. Let me give you one hack that you can use. Kathrine, I don't want to talk too long because we're going to do the webinar. We're going to do the conference. I don't want to spill all the beans there.
Yes.
All right. So when you go for these high network individual meetings, please be the first person to call the price. Don't let them call the price. As the first person to call the price, don't let them call the price. And I'll tell you why. Do you know why?
Why?
Ask me why.
Why? Please, we want to know.
Okay. I'm coming. So here's the reason why. There is something called anchoring in psychology. It means that when you call a price, let's say, Kathrine, you ask me now, so Mr. Fu, how much will you use to do this event for us? I say, it's 2 million naira. You know that after, and remember, don't rush to call your price. You must have built up your value to this point first. You tell them 2 million naira. But you know, they can do this event comfortable with profit for 1 million. Big time. If you tell the client 2 million, Kathrine, will the client tell you 500,000?
No.
They tell you 500,000. They won't say that.
No, they won't.
Why? What you have done is that you have anchored them upwards. And if you did a great job, they'll be begging you to come down a little bit.
Yes.
If you did a great job in your questioning, in your positioning, in your packaging, in your testimonials, before you not tell them the price, they'll be begging you to come down. Then you say like, this 2 million, you are going to get this, you're going to get this, so what you have to sweeten the pot. Tell them the things you add to the 2 million naira. They'll beg you to, can we do it for 1.7, 1.6? You'll be laughing your belly that time. So the 1.6 deal, what you did is that you anchored them
Upwards.
and not downwards. I don't talk finish. Any question?
Okay, yes, Mr. For me, I have a question though. Please, if you have the question, just type it in the comment section and I'll read it out. I have a question.
Okay.
So there is one what will I call it now? Like it's an unspoken word between event planners that sometimes I know like maybe rich people they call me, or those rich people sometimes the way that they price person, they want the average people to call them. So I noticed that when you go for meetings with these rich clients, they try to water down your worth. Like, what is it? It's not just coordination. What is it? It's not just, I mean, how many hostesses? 10. What are they doing? Are they not just standing? Do you understand? They try to water down what you are doing. Don't worry, I already have 10 of my vendors, and you can bring the remaining 5. And make you feel like you don't know what you are doing. This is after you must have built up your value, said everything to them. But a lot of them will still want to water down your value. How do you treat such situations?
And remember, I told you something. I said you are the solution, they are the problem.
Yes, you did.
So Kathrine, let's pretend that you are the customer now. Tell me that it's not 10 ushers. It's not for them to just stand. Say it. Tell me.
It's like for exactly what are you doing at this event? It's not 10 ushers. I've done this event several times. So just this small place here, and it's not like you are doing so much. It's just a 2-day event. The work is not that much. Say this your money is too much.
Okay, fantastic, Kathrine. I mean, I fully understand you. I get it. But may I ask you a question?
Go ahead, please.
Great. When we started this conversation, you told me that some of your high net worth clients are coming for this event. Your in-laws are coming for this event. And I asked you what is important to you in this event. You said to me that you want to put up a display of your competence, and you want to really celebrate your husband in this event. Now, if we go with what you are saying, that okay, you can just have some people without my usher to just stand and do the ushering. I mean, we can go ahead and do that. It just reminds me of one of my clients that said she was going to do that. She insisted on that. And at the end of the event, she was actually crying to me and say, I regretted the decision that I made. That I said that I didn't want your ushers. I don't want that to happen to you. The value of your event cannot be compared to the extra 300,000 naira you pay for the ushers. Remember the kind of people that are coming for this event. Pause. Don't talk that time. You'll be quiet that time. You wait. That's what they didn't answer them.
Are you people hearing? YouTubers, are you there? Can you hear us? If you have any questions, please put it now because we're wrapping up in a few minutes. You can see the value that Mr. Fo is giving us here. If you have not signed up for the Blueprint course, then you are missing a whole lot.
So please sign up for the Blueprint course.
Sign
up now and join, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of fire in that course. I'll spend hours with you guys, and it's going to be worth your time. I'm going to give you guys a free copy of my book if you sign up for that. They are not paying me for that, so I'm giving it to you free from own accord. But before you get the book too, Kathrine, please share the website that I just dropped.
Yes.
I sent it to you in the private chat. Drop it because I don't know where your YouTube is. Let all of them click on that link. Drop their email address to be getting my emails every week.
Okay.
And then they'll get that book. It's only those who drop their email address that will be getting that. All right.
Done. Okay, so we have a question, Mr.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Loud
okay,
and clear.
So we have a question from Lambo. Said, thank you for the knowledge, sir. My question, when we ask who else is an authority, what can we do if we are told the other persons can't be present?
Now, if the other person can't be present, you just know that this meeting is inconclusive without the person. It's fine. Go ahead with the meeting. However, suggest to them that in the next meeting, you want that person to be there. And that can be on phone, on Zoom, or WhatsApp. I don't know how you guys are going to do it. Because without that person, a decision will not be taken. You want to impress that person. Yes, very important. Very important. I don't know if you know of sometimes you are waiting for the mother of the groom to be around before they make a decision. You know that now. They kept waiting.
Yes.
The girl will be telling, now my mama, now my mama, now my mama, I don't ready, now my mama.
Okay, so we have another question from Hannah. Hannah would love to ask if all the strategies you mentioned is also applicable to other businesses aside event planning, because I'm actually into fashion business and I decided to join this webinar.
Oh, sure, it's applicable to every other business.
Of course.
It's every other business. You can join you can even join that because you are really in the events business, really, if you're in fashion. Yeah. Click on that link that I gave to Kathrine now. You get I share content every Sunday on sales and marketing. It's free. It's free. You get my stuff every Sunday if you join that. That's all.
So I have placed the link on the YouTube page. So just click on the link. I've placed it there. I'm sure that everyone can see it. So just click on it to get the free book from Mr. Fo. If you have any questions, you would have to wait and register for the blueprint course and come and ask him there. Because if you can imagine, all these things are being given to you for free. This is just a tip of what you are going to get when you sign up for the blueprint course. And we really appreciate your time. Okay. Now your questions are coming in. I will just take Ikechukwu's
No,
question.
the rest of them they will pay. After this one, I know the answer again. You see the rest.
I'm sure you can hear Mr. Paul.
Don't talk for me. Click on that link. Get the book. Read my newsletter.
Okay. Ikechukwu, I think your question has been answered. There should be a replay of this session. So just go and look at it because you're asking what you can do to follow up on clients who keep mute after you give them a price. So he actually touched on that when he was speaking, right? You know, clients that kind of like ghost you. So I think you should replay this session and also sign up for this class. If you can get these tips that he's giving you here, imagine what you would get when you sign up for the class. And we want to ask Mr. Fo, is there anything else you would want to leave with us? Any last words, not last words per se, but you know what I mean, before you leave us this evening?
Yeah, I want you guys to register for the event Architects Academy conference coming up. Register for it, and then you would be glad that you did. Follow me on Instagram. I am at PAULFOH. Click on the link that I gave to Kathrine. Kathrine, please drop that link again so that they can
I've
drop their
it
email
twice.
address. So that you can get my newsletter. It's free. You get it every Sunday. I just produced one today on how to make people increase their buying decision to buy from you. It's a powerful video. Click that and watch that for free. So God bless you. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. Hope to see you very soon. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. See you at the Blueprint course. Take care. Bye.
Yep. We out.